Hi guys, I just wanted to show you guys some little progress on a game that I'm working on Unreal Engine. Um, I don't think I've shared before, but a lot of the modeling in my game I've been doing on Blender and then painting it on Substance Painter. I don't have any experience with coding whatsoever. I'm mainly just using blueprints and I've been using Unreal Engine for the past 2 years and I've just kind of been trial and error as I go, but I wanted to at least show you some progress on my game. I'm still working on my health, mana, and hunger, and including stamina system, to get that all to work because I will be using the gas ability system that Unreal Engine has added in as a plugin. So I'll be using that. But essentially my game is a open world survival game and it is co-op, so you'll be able to play with your friends. I don't really have an idea of if I'm going to put a limit on how many people can join, but I do know it is going to be a local hosted game. As far as what I have right now, I started working a little bit on my pet system, and it will work also as a mount system so that you can, maybe your pet will transform into a mount depending on the level that your pet is at. Just because I feel like it would just be a little bit more simple and easier, maybe even a more fun, creative way to get it done. You'll be able to use different types of attacks. I don't know if I'm going to do a class lock, probably not. And you might just be able to do everything as you level up. But anyways, as far as what I have done in the game, now I did make a little bit of a shop system, and this guy is obviously not going to look like this or stay here. I have to uh, put the cell shading material that I created into my other characters that I've made. But this will be a blacksmith and they'll be voice acting. So if anybody wants to do some voice acting for free, send me a message. Because it'd be cool to have my, characters, the NPCs, the villagers, the questing, whatever, to have some voice acting. I feel like that would make the game feel a little bit more immersive and a little bit more alive because it is, again, an open world survival adventure game. And then, but anyways, so the shop, you'll be able to talk to the NPC. This is not going to be the final UI. This is just a placeholder, so don't come for me too much. But you'll be able to talk, buy items, and I think what I'm going to do for the shop system is have the village be level locked, so that way it's not accessible so early on in the game, because I want you to be able to grind and train your skills to be able to make these things first. This is more of like just out of convenience, so if you're already able to make them and maybe you just don't feel like doing it, whatever. And then you can sell your items to, get the money. So if you see, I have no money, right? I have 0 coins. Shop, sell, will sell 1. I should sell the item, receive 150 GP. And then I made it so you can split stackable items. There are items that cannot be stacked, which are mainly equipment items only and questing items. Those items cannot be stacked for obvious reasons because there's no reason to stack them, especially if you're going to equip the item. It doesn't make sense to me to make it a stackable item. Other than arrows, there's exceptions to the rule, of course. But as far as everything else, like resources, I want the convenience of stacking the items so that you don't have to go around carrying. The only thing I'm not sure about is, should I add a weight limit to the inventory? I mean, it is a survival game. I'm kind of like not really sure about that. Maybe you guys can give me your opinions. Maybe you think it's a good idea to add it. Maybe you think it's kind of stupid. I don't know. You can drop the item and it'll adjust the position of the item that is dropped based on the level of the terrain. You can drop it, split it. What I'm currently still working on now is consuming the item, equipping and unequipping the item, and I still have to remerge the item, which I started to work on now, but I have to fix an issue, which is that when I'll just show you. So for example, let's do this one for the term, just for the fact that it's simpler to understand. Let's put this to 10, right? I do 10. The idea is you should be able to stack this on top of this and it'll be 20. The problem is that instead of it doing that, it puts it stacked as 20, but it forgets to remove this into an empty slot, so it stays as 10 rather than just completely shifting over to the next slot. So if I do this, it'll get it to 20, but you see it still stays 10, so you can kind of have an infinite amount. And I've had this kind of an issue before. But I wanted to show you that, you know, things happen. You're going to have some bugs here and there, and it's going to be kind of a progress to see how I can get things fixed. But anyways, just wanted to show quick progress of the game, and let me know what you think so far.